Hello, this is Henry coming to you from Tonglu, China, speaking to you about teaching ESL in China. I'll talk about a few different things today. One of them would be internet access. It's not as good here as it is in other places. There's lots of restrictions put in place, I guess, by the Chinese government, and you have to use a VPN, virtual private network, in order to use your programs such as Google, anything connected with Google, and most English websites. The one most of the teachers recommend here is ExpressVPN, the ESL teachers, that is. I haven't used it or downloaded it. It's one that you have to pay for. So when I began, I started using a free app that I was able to get a Chinese ESL teacher here to help me download to my phone. It's called Thunder. And it didn't work well at first, but over time, for some reason, it started working better, and now 3 months later, it works well. I use it every day. It's annoying to have to use a VPN here because sometimes you forget, and then you're trying to use one of the Chinese programs, such as trying to check your bank balances or use WeChat here, and then you're wondering why you're not getting good connection, and then you realize you have to turn off your VPN to use it. Just a little annoyance, not anything that you don't get used to. So you switch those off and use WeChat. WeChat here is very popular. It's a Chinese program, and you use it for most of your communications when you want to speak to anyone here, really. It also has a English to Chinese or Chinese to English translator, and it also speaks out loud, so you can use it to talk to Chinese people who don't understand you. The translations are not 100% perfect, but most of the time they get you in the ballpark. So it's a good resource to have. Also, something, I don't know if they do this in all parts of China. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But teachers, at least, have a break every day between 11 and 2. So they do not have to work, they do not have to rush their lunch. They have a very long lunch, and most of them even take naps after lunch. Some even have cots in their office just for this. And so if you come here, you can expect a break between 11 and 2. My particular job, I don't have to show up at work until 8:30 a.m. most days, unless I'm teaching a class some early mornings, maybe once a week, where I have to be there at 7:20. I get off by 4:30 every day, unless they ask me to help a student with tutoring or this sort of thing, and I just go ahead and do that. You could ask for overtime pay or ask them to pay you or some sort of thing like that, but I don't feel it's necessary right now for the amount of time I put in and the paycheck that I received for the time that I put in. So there you go. If you run into any kind of medical needs, if you get sick, which is a possibility here, cause I think it has something to do with the air pollution. I'm not sure, but gotten sick a couple of times here and had to go to the you go to the emergency room to get treated for this sort of thing. But it's that you have insurance through whatever company or school is employing you that you can use, or even if you just go in there, it's pretty cheap and they'll see you relatively quickly. No dental insurance, but the dentist here, I had to get a root canal, and I walked in and they just seen me right away. It was relatively inexpensive, 410 RMB on the first appointment. They do it very differently than they do a root canal in the States, which is where I'm from, by the way, United States. It didn't take place all at once. So, sorry, I gotta hurry and get across this street. A root canal can cost upwards of $1,000 in the States, and here my first visit cost 410 RMB. They did some drilling and they put some kind of treatment down into the tooth. They didn't use any needles, and then they sent me on my way. I came back the following week. They did a very similar procedure, and they went even deeper with the drilling and that sort of stuff. That was the only time where I felt any real pain, and it hurt pretty good, but they still didn't use any needles with Novocaine, that sort of thing. But they did use a spray-on deadener that helped a little bit. Then I went back a third time on the next week, and they finished the process and filled the tooth. And they took 2 different sets of x-rays while they were doing this also, and the whole procedure only ended up costing me I think it was about 530 RMB. So you can convert that over and see that it was very cheap, and it was in a very modern facility. Maybe I'll put a video up that shows that. I think I have, maybe, of the dentist office. So I just wanted to put this video together on my way to walking to school. This is my after dinner walk where I walk back to school, and this is how quickly I can get to school every day, how close my apartment is. And I am going on to the campus right now. Hello. And this is it. This is my campus. This is Tonglu High School. Wonderful teachers, wonderful students. It's a very nice place. I've had a wonderful experience here so far, and I don't see that changing for my whole stay here. So I hope this video was somewhat informative, and I'll try to post some more. I'm just starting this, so hopefully these videos are okay. See you next time.